Hi everyone, this is Cyrus for bestebookreaders.com. Today I'm going to answer some of the questions that you guys had about the review that we did for Sony VAIO 20 tablet mobile PC. A few of you reached out to us on YouTube and we had to cut our video in 3 sections, so it didn't come out right. So I wanted to answer some of the questions that you guys had. One of the main ones that we got was about the specifications as far as what this device offers. So I'm just gonna run through the customization features that are available on Sony if you choose to go in that route and buy from Sony. You can get the version that we have is i7 3517U processor. You can go up to 3667U processor and the speed clock is 2 gigahertz. The operating system, Windows 8 64-bit. We went with Windows 8 64-bit, the Pro version, because if you choose the Pro version, you get to fresh install. That's the fresh start. That's the feature Sony offers, and it gets rid of the crapware. So when you get the computer, there's not a whole lot you have to uninstall. So that's the reason we went with that. Obviously, if you buy from Amazon, you don't have these customization features. Displays is 1600 900 IPS. It's not full HD. It's good enough for entertainment and things like that. Hard drive, we went with 1 terabyte. You can go with 256 solid state drive or 512 gigabyte solid state drive. Keep in mind that there are 2 different models of this, and one of them does not allow you to add SSD. So that's a lower end model that starts with 879, and it has a little bit of slower processor. So you want to be aware of that as well. Colors, black and white. You have free engraving. You have antivirus software you got to choose from, service plan, and you also get a battery, standard battery. And that's about it. And this costs about $1,159 based on the changes that we made. But you can get it for less depending if you reduce your hard drive or if you reduce the RAM. Or if you go with Windows 8, you get less. So you want to tweak that to see what works for you. Now, the second question that we got was the buttons. And now I'm going to show you all the buttons this time. So hopefully we cover that. First of all, you have the Windows button at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see it. That gets you to the Windows, the main page. These are the USB ports. I hope you can see it. USB ports, audio jack. Let's go to the back. The only problem I have personally with this design is where the adapter is. It just always gets in the way, especially when you're doing reviews. But so you have these buttons here. You have the volume, you have the rotation lock, so you can lock the rotation when you change the orientation of the tablet, the position of the tablet. You don't want your screen to rotate. You use this option. There's an assist button when your computer is not coming up, it's not loading up. You use this option, and then there's a power button. Now, you have in the back you have the Ethernet and you have the power, so you can take advantage of that. Here's the back where the battery goes. Battery is a standard. It looks like a regular laptop battery to me, but obviously you can't just put it in your other laptops. It depends on the shape. So, but that's where it goes. I haven't had a chance to open these. I'm gonna open these in a future video. I haven't had a chance to play with this computer long enough, so I'm gonna open these in the future video to see how you can repair this computer. That's gonna be our next series of videos, hopefully, to show you maybe if there's a way to change the hard drive or RAM, and things that you can do yourself. So we're gonna cover those. What else? The weight that we had a question about how heavy it is. It's not that heavy, but it's not exactly, I wouldn't say something like a tablet. So I think it's about, if I'm not mistaken, it's 11.4 or 11.46. That's the weight. So it's not exactly really heavy, but I wouldn't say it's not something you want to take in one hand and go to college with it. So you want to have, especially when you have proper protection. If you're taking this to your college or to your office, and I mean it's not a tablet, so you want to make sure you protect it. As far as games, yeah, we get that a lot. Let me first say the battery life. We get about 2 hours from it. It's about to be 2 hours 25. So let's play with some apps here. Sorry for the pace of the video. I have to do it because we don't get to do more than 10 minutes. So I want to be able to cover as much area as possible without doing multiple videos. So what I've done here is I've installed some of the applications that you may want to use. Let's say you want to use I want to use Adobe Premiere. If I can find it here, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Premiere. Adobe Premiere has always been one of the slowest software applications for me. My main computer has 8-core processor, so it's a lot faster, obviously. The i7 processor, even though the name sounds like it's i7, it's really fast. It's actually sort of an ultrabook-like processor, so you shouldn't really expect it to outperform a real computer. But then this is not a real computer. This is not I wouldn't say a real computer. It's not a performance computer. It's not a workstation that you can run a server on and then put all these Maya and 3D graphics and fractal applications or things like that on it. So it is taking a little bit of time. And the first time we did it also, it was the case. Now, while we're waiting, let me show you what other apps I have on this. And we have tried this. These work. If I don't get to do it in this video, maybe in a future video. We did Adobe Photoshop, Adobe InDesign, Fireworks, Illustrator. I also did the MATLAB, the Maple. It's a math software. We did Fritz, the chess software, and it's a game. I've run Kindle in the past, so you have that option. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not showing up. That is unfortunate. That's what happens usually when you do a demo, and when we tested it before the demo, it worked just fine. When you do the demo, it doesn't work fine. So that's fine. Let's do Photoshop. This particular model has 8 gigs of RAM, So it should be enough to run these applications. Adobe Premiere, I have no idea why it's not loading. It is completely not responsive, but Photoshop works just fine. Okay, this is Adobe Premiere. Adobe Photoshop. Now you can play around with it with do your thing. Obviously it's touch screen, so you can do all kinds of things. Now let me show you one other app and let's wrap this up for this time. Now I want to say that I have tested Adobe Premiere on this. It's not always like that. I'm not sure why it slowed down and sort of got a little bit of panic mode that it didn't work, but that's not always like that. So you want to be aware of that, and maybe I'll do that in a new video. Maybe I'll just show how to start a project with Adobe Premiere so you get an idea. This is Maple 15. It's a math software. So let's say I want to calculate 225 factorial. You have to actually write it right when you're doing the function. But I just wanted to show you guys that these applications work. The version that we got doesn't really have a whole lot coming with it. I install iTunes, for instance. I don't know if I clicked on it or not. This is Dreamweaver. And this is the new iTunes. So there you have it. I hope you answered some of your questions as far as whether this tablet works for you or this all-in-one PC works for you. So the battery, 2 hours, that's light use. So I wouldn't really suggest that you put a lot of work as far as, if you have 2 hours of work, don't trust the battery because it's a light work. I'm saying light work is like watching a couple of videos on YouTube and doing some word processing. Right? That's 2 hours, maybe getting close to it, and you're pushing it. So, but you don't have to turn off your computer if you want to move it to another room. And I also showed you the buttons. You have the USB ones. You have the audio jack and microphone. You have the camera at the front. You have the buttons are at top. The start button. The assist button that you can use if your computer is stuck, and you have the Windows button at the bottom here that you can use to go back to your main page. And all the gestures obviously are supported here. So it's a Windows 8 tablet computer. It has a touch screen, and the size here is 20 inches. So I hope I covered all the areas. If you have any more questions about this device, please send us your note to bestebookreaders.com or leave a comment below, and I'll get back to it, and hopefully we'll do another review covering your other questions. Thanks very much for watching, guys.